I wanted to start this video a little bit differently and just straight up show you guys the bank feeds of me using trading to get out of my 9 to 5 job, and it was only trading. So that's what I wanted to show you guys first, because if I just come on here and just start talking shit, or start talking about this and that without actual proof, you guys are just not gonna care. So as always, back up what you're saying and just be truthful, right? So it only took me 3 payouts to get out of my 9 to 5 job. Keep in mind that before getting out of the job, I was pretty much failing for like 3 years before, especially 1 year before this, which was when I got funded with 100k from FTMO. This is when I was still working at Macca's, and I left the job before any payouts, and then I ended up blowing the account because of some other stuff going on. I mean, I can blame psychology, but also other things as well, lack of preparation. And I was only just a kid back then, right? Coming into that sort of money, into 100k funded to potentially make 5 figures a month, I obviously wasn't ready for it. So, and the thing is, I wanted it so bad. I wanted to, make those payouts and just prove everyone wrong. That was probably my main motivator back then, but obviously I failed. And then after I lost the account, I obviously, burnt the bridges at my work because, I'm like, fuck all y'all. And had to find a new job basically. And that's when I got into real estate, started working there for a little bit. That was for about a year, obviously. And I was grateful for that because that actually gave me the knowledge that I needed to make, good investments in the property market. And that's one of the reasons why I own some real estate today, and I'm looking to buy my second property in 2025 this year. So it's honestly taught me a lot in terms of building true wealth, because most of these guys online, they act like having a Lambo, having a Ferrari, having a Rolls Royce, they're acting like all that is true wealth, and it's not. The goal is to be free, not drown yourself in debt. So I just wanted to show you guys exactly, what payouts helped me get out of my job before leaving. Obviously the first time didn't make any payouts, so there's no point of showing that because I just ate shit. And I was also a gooner, and this is one of the things that I didn't want to admit in this video, but a couple of years ago I was a gooner. So you can see there's our OnlyFans description there. I bought something, and I think I know what it was. I think it was a Snacky Chan video or some shit, and if you guys know who Snacky Chan was 2 years ago, you're a bad man. So that's what I ended up doing. I think that was the only time I ended up being a gooner. But apart from that, well, whoops, maybe again on the same day. That's crazy. But apart from that, I didn't have any other streams of income coming in. It was just from work. Bought fuel there. That's my gym membership, $22 Australian. And I bought some food there from Macca's. And that's also another thing. I didn't make clean choices when I was eating back then because I was in such a rush every time I was working in real estate. I just couldn't. I would always be on the road, going to an inspection or an appointment. So I'd make stupid decisions like this and get Macca's. Unhealthy. But then I obviously got my first payout over here. So at this point, I did not want to leave my job because I know what happened the first time. I'm like, okay, $13,000 isn't going to be enough. Okay, so kept on working. This was in January, obviously, and I just wanted to keep working because I didn't want to take the risk of this right here. That was pretty much it. 11,000, 18,000, 13,000. That's what, 45,000, 50,000, something like that. And only after this point, that's when I felt comfortable enough to leave my job. Obviously didn't have any other income coming in. I did have a little bit of a social media presence, just like documenting my journey and all that stuff, but it wasn't anything too crazy. But in terms of the bank receipts, that's exactly what it looked like. And I do have another payout coming in over here. I'm about to get off the leaderboard, so I'm about to request a payout for this. You guys are gonna see me get my name wiped off here. 3 trades because I lost this account. I lost a funded account and funded X, then got funded again, and then eligible for a payout today and 100% profit split, so that's about 10k. So fun little thing over here. I'm going to do that in the background later. But going back to my original point in terms of leaving your 9 to 5 job with trading, like, it can be done. It just takes time. It's not going to be easy. You're going to go through some shit, and I went through some shit as well. 3 years of failing and then set back for a whole year because of my own mistakes and basically my incompetence, because I thought that I could do it. I don't need this job. I don't need any payouts secured. I'm funded. I'm a sick cunt. Let's go. It just wasn't like that. And because of those mistakes over there and that cockiness and that ego, I got set back a whole year. So I don't want you guys to be making that mistake of thinking with ego and just acting like you know everything and acting like nothing can touch you, because you can get touched. I did get touched. I got touched for a whole year. But obviously after those 3 payouts, I knew I wanted to leave, but I was also scared at the same time. But my work and my boss and all that, they were very supportive. They're like, give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, you can come work back here. Like, it's fine. So having that sort of insurance, like knowing that if it doesn't work out for me, I can just come back and just keep doing real estate, it made me feel pretty good, because it wasn't like last time where I felt like if I messed up, I'm completely fucked, which was how it was for the first time because I burnt the bridges and I didn't have anything to fall back on as well. So it does take a long time, but it can be done. I know a lot of traders on here, they won't show the payouts they took to actually get out of their 9 to 5 job, because they would have been selling a course or selling signals or starting a prop firm, anything like that. They just never left their job from trading, which is pretty much the goal of most traders, to leave their job from trading. Like, that's probably still the highlight of my whole journey. That first payout, when it came in, I remember exactly where I was. It was around 5 o'clock. I was in Manor Lakes. I was working in real estate, and I was finishing up an inspection, and I showed the owner, because I was having chats about the owner, and I'm telling him that I did wanted to leave my job. And I showed him when I got paid, and like, oh, it was like an old lady. She was like, wow, good for you. And just stuff like that. You remember exactly where you were when there's when that payout came in. And then the ones after that, obviously that was still hard work, because I was still working 70 hours in real estate. You guys know how it is. If you have experience in real estate, you can attest to that, especially working in sales in a high volume office. That shit is very busy. So this video is basically just to prove that it can be done, but it's not going to be linear where you're just going to magically break out of your 9 to 5 job. You're going to face some shit. And the thing is as well, I lost some accounts in between that period, but because I kept buying accounts and I kept cycling, because I knew my system was working, because obviously it's working. It made me a payout, maybe a second payout. If I lost the account, most of it was because I got a bit arrogant and I got a bit cocky. I'm like, all right, I just made 18 bands, got my account back, let's go. You know, like, it's just run and gun. And because of that, lost an account. But every time I got paid, I bought a challenge and I got to work on that. And every time I got a little bit too cocky or arrogant on the funded, I'd be locked in again on the challenge, trading how I should have been trading on the funded. So that's just my own fault. But I was still able to make those payouts because I was still consistent, and my system, my entry model, my continuations, I still worked. It was a very, very long journey, but it can be done. For anyone that's on the internet that thinks it can't be done, that's living proof that it can be done, because that's my own bank accounts, and I showed you guys my gooning as well back then. So if that isn't, you know, showing you it can be done from a gooner with no income besides his work income coming in, and then, you know, being able to string together some payouts and then leave your job, it's proof you can do it. And then obviously after I left my job, I had my FTMO account going as well, and I made it onto the leaderboards, and then I made another 32,000 or something. I put it up on the screen because Hasib's going to look for the payout on my phone, because I got a million photos, but I'll put it up on the screen. And that's pretty much it. You know, you just keep eval cycling until you have enough to fund your personal, because I didn't have a personal account back then. Obviously I had no money, right? I needed that funded account. So yeah, this was just a pretty raw video. You know, we all like it raw out here. You know, I guess those hyper edited videos are just for your attention span, but if you actually want to, like, if you made it to the end of the video, you're obviously serious about trading. And I just wanted to share this because this is how I did it. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking about what I would have done or could have done or all this bullshit. This is something that I did, and I'm just explaining what I did, the steps I took to get out of my job from the thing that I do, trading. Thank you for sticking around. If you made it to this far in the video, drop a like, drop a comment if you like, and you know, I'll get back to you guys as well. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys have a peaceful 2025, and I'm gonna upload very frequently, and I'm gonna do my withdrawal right now so you guys can see. And here we go. This bad boy is pending now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah. So we're just gonna wait for that. This is pending payouts, pending approvals, so it should come in today. And I'll update you boys when it comes in today, most likely.